what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go and buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box?
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Freehand is beating his net at the plate. Crawford is over there watching. Good see, sir. You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row.
Well, I think we should talk about your White Sox things. They've been in the news for multiple reasons. Multiple good reasons, actually, for the first time in quite some time with this show. At least.
Yeah. I would say I don't think the news about the White Sox, has been this positive since we apparently got the number one prospect in all of baseball. You guys may remember that. His name was Yoan Moncada. He still plays, but
is he still playing?
Yeah, he's like the third baseman for the Angels. The aforementioned.
I thought that was a 1-year deal. I don't even know.
Maybe it was. Maybe he's not playing anymore. Yeah. But since sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
That's all right. We're rusty. This has been like a month since we've done this podcast.
Since Justin Ishbia has come along and he's been kind of announced as the heir apparent to Jerry Reinsdorf, he's decided to become a little more public with things. And one of those things is he headed out and he met with the world dominating, most dominant White Sox fan ever, the Pope.
Yeah, I mean this is like the best combination of White Sox stories you could possibly put together, because we're talking about Ishbia, the bright hope, new ownership potentially down the road. You're talking about the number one White Sox fan in the world, the Pope. And we're even talking about a new stadium being involved, all in one story, wrapped up in one nice, neat little package.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I found something interesting. I don't know if you know this, but there's this sports podcast or this podcast called Outkick. And apparently that's a friend of Ishbia's. And he's the guy who actually got the meeting set up.
Oh, wow. A podcaster set up a meeting between Ishbia and the Pope?
Yeah, by contacting the Vatican liaison. He figured out how to do it, and the handlers
seems like that's something Ishbia could do on his own. I mean, a billionaire should be able to have connections with the Pope.
Yeah, just like the 5-minute version of this is Brian Birch, who used to live in Chicago, is like the Pope's liaison or ambassador, I guess is the term. And he sets up all the meetings with the Pope. And Clay Travis is a podcaster and is like Ishbia's best friend. And they were discussing like ways for him to make a splash as the new minority owner of the White Sox. Okay. And he said, what would be bigger than actually meeting with the Pope? So
it's pretty big.
Set it
People
up.
have been doing that a lot. Chuck Swirsky from the Bulls, the announcer, was over there giving the Pope a jersey. So it's just like a procession of Chicago sports teams like lining up to give the Pope some jerseys and get their names out there.
Yeah, so they brought him a 2025 signed jersey. I'd like to get my hands on one of those. And obviously the Pope was very excited about that. But
does it say Pope on the back or?
You know what? I didn't see the back of it. I'm not sure what it says on the back. Probably.
What's the Pope's last name?
Pope Leo. What's his real last name?
Well, he's Bob, but I forget what his last name is.
Provost or something like that. Provost. Prevost. 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 We'll say it like that. Provost. Anyway, sure. But along with him going out there, he's meeting with the Pope. Entwined in that story, as you mentioned, is he just he wants the Pope to come out and bless the new stadium.
Yeah, throw out the first pitch, bless the stadium. New stadium.
Yeah, bless the new stadium. Like it's just like, the new stadium I'm going to build.
Ishbia also threw out the qualifier, though, whether it's in the next 4 years or the next 34 years.
Yes, he did say that.
The new stadium.
The new stadium. So 34 years. I might see it. We might
No
see
chance.
it still. We might see it.
There's no chance.
I've lived such a clean life. There's no way I'm not going to be like,
I know what you've done.
Whoa, wait.
I know what I've done. There's no way.
Wait.
You got another 35 years.
There is that New Orleans trip on our.
That took off 5 years right there.
At least.
You were wearing flip flops that whole time on Bourbon Street. I can't imagine what that's done.
I'm surprised I still have feet.
I should have been amputated directly.
But like, it's just a cool story. I know we're a little Pope heavy for a while there.
Oh my God.
This one has been the last two Pope stories I've enjoyed the most. And mainly because it's like, talking about a new stadium and the fact that he wants to become more of a face of the White Sox, to me, is the best news, because that means he is, Ishbia is going to be, having at least putting his 2 cents in, whether anything gets done, since he doesn't have any controlling right in the vote right now,
starting that transition.
Yeah. Exactly.
This feels like almost like a first step in that, because we haven't really heard from Ishbia other than, the reports about his ownership stake increasing and what the plan is down the road. So this felt like the first public thing. And this is one hell of a public splash to start that transition, I guess. But
yeah, I agree. It's like let's go like all in with, because it was picked up by every major news outlet.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's the fucking Pope.
That's the other thing about it. It's not like it's like, oh, it's picked up locally. It's the freaking Pope, and everyone picked up the story. So the White Sox went from, we'll see how the season goes this year. They could still end up on the mockery side of things before it's all said and done in 2026. But they went from basically like being a stain on baseball to having positive things said about them in the national media. So it's been interesting.
But we didn't even talk about the other Pope news that happened in the last month or so. He was shit talking the Cubs. Got a chance to do that in front of a crowd of millions.
Yes.
Someone yelled out "Go Cubs" at him, and he yelled something back in Latin, and then repeated it in English. They lost. Right after the Brewers series.
Yeah.
He's a true White Sox fan. He had nothing to say good about the Cubs immediately. His first inclination is talk shit. So
yeah, that was that's my all-time favorite Pope story right now. We'll see what happens over the next upcoming years, but the idea that he dropped the bomb on a Cubs fan in public, I think he might be right there with the rest of the White Sox fan base. He's a real White Sox fan. I'm
kind of interested in the dude that yelled out "Go Cubs" at the Pope. Like that's kind of a bold thing to do. Like, I almost wonder if it's a White Sox plant just to get him to say something shitty about the Cubs.
Well, come on, only Cub fans can afford to go to Rome. White Sox fans
and I don't think White Sox fans think that deeply or that can think on that many levels at once. So I'm not sure.
I would have done it if I was playing it out there. But,
you just go out and yell "Go Cubs."
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to see it, but
yeah. The other big news is everything's coming up White Sox.
Yeah.
They end up with the number 1 lottery pick in the draft.
Now, I don't remember
lotto ball.
Is this the first lottery, or it's been multiple lotteries?
No, this is the second one.
Second one. I don't remember last year's, but yeah, you guys win the fucking lotto. And apparently there's a number 1 prospect out there that everyone says should go number 1, a consensus number 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. But...
Oh, you don't even have? Oh, I thought you knew all about this. Rock Chalowski. That's his name. He's a shortstop from UCLA, but I thought you'd know this name. It's the most fake name ever made for, like, it just sounds like a junior hire making up his own name. Rock Chalowski, like chill out ski. But apparently that's his real name. But no, so people are fired up about him.
Wow. Another shortstop, huh?
Yeah, you can't have too many shortstops.
I guess not. We have catchers and shortstops. I'm not sure how the rest of
you
the field
can have
goes.
too many catchers and first basemen and DHs. You can't have enough shortstops because you can repurpose them around the diamond.
You can never have too many catchers. The catcher turns into a first baseman sometimes, so that's right in the White Sox wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's pretty much the natural progression.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. I hadn't read about that. There's like
You will be.
You will, Peter. Pay attention. You work on a podcast, for Christ's sake. The other thing I just wanted to talk about the White Sox is they're trying to get lightning in a bottle again, like they did with Fadid, and they signed Anthony Kay, a pitcher who went over to Japan and had great success, like Eric Fadid did, to a 2-year, $12 million deal. His Japan numbers are really good. 1.74 ERA with 130 strikeouts and 41 walks on over 155 innings. So that is very similar. They signed Eric Fadid to that 2-year, $15 million deal a couple years back. They didn't get like a ton of great prospects in return when they traded him, but he really performed well for the White Sox. So this signing could be something more of like a, since they seem to be turning a corner, he might actually, have a spot that is valuable for the White Sox at a low cost. So we'll see how that turns out. But with a rotation of youngsters that are trending upward and the possibility of Anthony Kay having similar success to Eric Fadid, it's a solid signing as far as I'm concerned. It's very little risk, and they have more than enough money to do it. So, but outside of that, and me having lunch with Ishbia as we walk around Chicago to pick the next side of the stadium, that's all I've got for everybody on the White Sox.
All right.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
One guy poured beer all over my head. The guy said, "How can you take that?" I said, "Look, that man didn't do nothing. He poured some beer on my head. He's just showing he's a White Sox fan. There ain't nothing wrong with that."
Sparky, a million thanks for, as always, the most interesting interview. And now today, let's just have a lot of thrilling baseball and not so many fisticuffs.
Word Hole Media.